Without further ado, I want to welcome Ash to the PorterWay Podcast. First time, certainly will not be the last. How you feeling, sir?
Really good. Thanks for having me on here, Sean.
He's English. I don't know if you guys recognize. Welcome to Vegas.
No, it's a pleasure to be here. What an amazing city.
Yeah, man. Tell us about the game. I think everybody's been waiting on it. I actually told people we're streaming the game live, and they said, yo, it's been like 4 or 5 years. It's been a decade. They've been talking about it. So how long has the game actually been in production? And I know the release date is October 11th, so.
It feels like 20 years.
Yeah.
But we started this early 2020. Wow. It's been a journey. It's been a long journey. But we just want to do justice to the sport. And, we're boxing fans. So this is a game for boxing fans. This
wasn't a pandemic project, though, was it?
This was a just before pandemic project.
I was like, ain't got nothing else to do. Let's start a game.
No, literally 2 months before the pandemic hit, I created the company.
Yeah, beautiful. You've done some soft releases over the last year.
Early access.
I
put 600 hours into it. Pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How's the reception been outside of 600 hours?
No, look, the reception's been great. We did early access to get feedback from the fans. And this is a game that we've made with the community. So we feel like we've made it together. And that's the best way for us to make the game, where I've got ideas, my brothers who have helped me make the game, they've had ideas as well. So I think just collectively getting everyone involved is hopefully going to make a good game.
Yeah. Steel City. Tell us about Steel City.
So Steel City Interactive, based out in Sheffield, England. Rich boxing heritage. I think you may have fought one or two of
slow down.
one of our boys.
Got some history over there.
Yeah. So I think Steel City is a studio. Based in the UK.
You guys actually got really rich boxing history over there, right? Kilbrook was the only one that I knew of until I think I had spoken to you, and you rattled off quite a few names.
Yeah,
that were from
Prince
Nassim,
Johnny Nelson,
from the
Sheffield area.
Ryan Rhodes, Bomber Graham, Kid Galahad lately. So we've got a good heritage, and obviously the Ingle Gym.
Yeah,
it's well known.
Who did you reach out to help you with the game in terms of boxing movements and things of that nature?
So, the game started out as literally a living room project. And the very first fighter that I got involved into the game was actually Ryan Rhodes. So, and I didn't even know Ryan. It was through a mutual friend. So I wasn't from the boxing world or the gaming world. So, I had a bit of an uphill task to make this game. So I said to Ryan, look, why don't you come round to my house one day, see this little thing that I'm doing right now, and let me know what you think. And Ryan came, and within 5 minutes he was like, I'm in. Let's do this. So sweet. Ryan opened the doors to other people, and that just really created a snowball effect. And our only agenda was to make a boxing game, and I think the boxing world really kind of embraced us with open arms. Everyone from Maurizio Soliman to yourself to a whole bunch of people that helped us get to where we are today. You've seen them yourself. Todd Grisham, Jose, so many people have helped us.
You weren't a boxing guy prior to this, so meeting all of us. You've met all of us for the first time, huh?
Yeah, listen, it's just
crazy.
A boxing fan's dream come true.
Yeah,
honestly.
right?
Literally sat at home, whether it's back in the HBO days through to watching all the fights, and then meeting my heroes growing up, watching the sport. And then I think the real cool thing for us is, as boxing fans, is that we're able to give back to the fighters. And that's something that I think we're proud of as a studio. So fighters who have retired, even helping fighters' families through the game is a real privilege to be able to do that.
That's a beautiful thing. You guys got it?
Oh, yeah. Well, to your point, got a few things I wanted to ask, but I remember NBA 2K, I think that really helped the NBA. There was an era about 10, 15 years ago where it felt like, man, the NBA is really gaining momentum. It might catch the NFL. And I felt like one of the reasons was their video game was so much better than Madden. Madden NFL, NBA 2K was getting way better reviews, much better made game, much more authentic to the sport it was trying to simulate. And do you feel like, that's important for boxing, that this game does well, because some people just like video games and they pick up and hey, I don't even know who Terrence Crawford is, but I'm really good with him in the game. Maybe now I actually watch him fight in real life. I know Fight Night did that for casual fans of boxing. Is that one of the goals of this game? You want to help the sport, in general?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think gaming is huge in terms of, getting new eyes on the sport. And I just think, like boxing in general, I don't know if I'm going to be speaking out of turn here, but like I feel like over the last 10, 15 years, it's just been run by dinosaurs as far as the digital age goes, boxing's just been left behind. If you look at, as you said, the NFL, even the UFC, like they've all embraced the digital age, and boxing's still back in the dark ages with promoters bickering against each other, right? So I think for us, just making the game, it's absolutely about the younger generations, introducing them to fighters that, for us, like people like Sugar Ray Leonard and, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. I think it's important to keep legacies alive. And, gaming is the perfect way to do that. And yeah, we've actually had fighters whose social media and even tickets to their fights have increased through their participation in Undisputed.
Yeah, and in boxing, sometimes it's hard to make certain fights happen in real life, so the game gives you a chance to do that. And then even fantasy matchups, so who would win, Muhammad Ali, Riddick Bowe, Terrence Crawford, Sugar Ray Leonard. If the game can simulate the sport pretty realistically, and you get two high-level players, you may have a decent idea of how that fight may have actually went in real life. What do you think of that?
Yeah, and that's one of the things we like about what we've done in terms of being authentic. So, the way Muhammad Ali moves in our game, we like to think it's pretty close to how he fought in real life, and the way Joe Frazier fights, and, Tyson Fury. So, those fantasy matchups, they're not just like different skins, they're actual, mannerisms in how those fighters actually fought. So, we've tried our best to make sure that we've done justice to not only the people that are in the game, but to the sport itself.
Well, when people ask me, like, how good is the game, because, I played it 600 hours on PC, I tell them I love it. Like, there's a depth to the gameplay that is deeper than Fight Night. But at the same time, Fight Night was a little more arcadey, was a little bit more pick up and play. And the original concept of the game was called ESBC, Esports Boxing Club. Like, it felt like you guys are really going for the simulation stuff. You could maybe make it a little bit more arcadey and a little bit more approachable, but there is like a steep learning curve to the physics and the gameplay a little bit, but it's rewarding once you get there. Did you guys kind of make that decision a little bit, like, okay, this isn't really going to be arcadey enough maybe, but we're going for the purist in this game? And what was the philosophy behind that?
So I had a very simple philosophy, actually. So I was a big Pro Evo soccer player. So my philosophy was like, I want the gameplay and depth of Pro Evo with the licenses of FIFA. So for me, it was almost,
right? It was called Pro Evolution Soccer.
Pro Evolution Soccer,
right. And it was known as FIFA had the budget and PES had the great gameplay.
That's right. So for me, the concept was combining both of those aspects and making them into a game. And I've played games competitively before. I wanted it to be a game where you can pick up and play. And, if you want to learn and spend time on it, then you could literally spend hours on the game and still find new things and new ways to play. So, the depth is there.
There's a pretty sizable roster for the game. I actually wanted to know, like, what's the whole process of getting these licensing agreements with the fighters?
So, like, it's the reason why there hasn't been a boxing game for 13 years. I mean, when you have to try and get a guy like Shawn into a game, it's hard work.
Yeah, right. Not for me.
No, I mean, Shawn's been an absolute delight. But, that's not the same for every fighter, right? So it's tricky. And, like, if you want to make a basketball game, you do a deal with, the NBA, and that's it, it's done. So, if you want to make you're not having to go to each individual player and say, hey, do you want to be in this game? So, replicating that in boxing, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. It's been a real pain in the ass sometimes. But no, look, there's been, as I said at the start, the boxing world have really kind of embraced us. So like the majority of people who have been amazing to work with. But nevertheless, it has been a challenge because there's still fighters in the game, even though the roster is as good as it is. Like I still want. But yes, it's difficult.
Okay.
So no, you're done. 'Cause you're outshining me, and I don't like that. Pick the bad boy up and show us what's going on. Can I play against you?
You can.
I know
You can.
want to do
You
it.
can.
So here, he's gonna do it. Cause I suck.
So much for worrying
And
about
then-
your shine.
And then along the way, you'll give like a bit of a tutorial, right, on what's happening.
Sure.
All right, kick his ass, please.
Room only for this, our main event.
And we are
To
running
walk
at
into
about
an arena,
12
be the
frames a
hero,
second.
the pressure, the
on this laptop.
expectation.
Okay, hang on. Let's
Which is a compliment to the game. That means
Let's
you
go.
need a strong engine to really run it.
let's try this.
Who you going with, Sean? What you thinking?
Who does the Rockies
Let's-
crowd
let's-
want me to
let's-
be?
Here we go.
Let's hear it, people. Porter.
You Shawn Porter?
All right. Shawn Porter.
Shawn Porter, yeah.
I got my excuses ready like a true fighter. Frame rate wasn't good.
No.
I'll be Sean. Oh, okay. You just changed the weight
Welterweight?
class.
Let me see.
Yeah, welterweight. Here we go.
Oh, okay. I'm first player. Okay, I'm left. Oh, you'll be Sean. Okay. I'll be Kell Brook. No. Who do you want me to be, Sean? That's too dirty. Mir Khan.
He knocked me out in Seattle.
The fight that never was. So this is a new build of the game. This doesn't look like the early access I'm playing on PC. Okay.
There's a delay over there. Yeah.
Okay, no.
When you started this, was there a fighter that you said, if I could get him in my game?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is go
so
time.
one of my
name is
favorite
Todd
fights
Grisham.
is,
Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
I guess watching growing up, it was Arturo
There was
Gatti.
no
So
way I
for
was
me, it
gonna
was
miss
like,
this.
Nice.
And
if
now
I
it's
get
time
Arturo
for the
Gatti in the
tale
game,
That's
of
what I
the
should've
tape.
I need,
It's Amir
I'm happy.
Khan,
I'm happy.
136 pounds,
But yeah, there's still
stands
fighters
at
in the game
5
that
foot 8 inches tall,
I'd like to
has a
have.
reach
But
of 71
yeah, it was
inches.
literally a wish list
And
of
his
just
opponent, it's Sean.
every fighter
Everybody.
that
Yeah.
I want in the
And
game.
it's
I mean, there's
the
fighters
King,
that
Amir
I'm
Khan.
glad we've been able to
He's
bring in
Bolton's
that
finest.
haven't
Watch
even
for
been in
those
boxing
hands
games.
tonight.
You
They
know,
are as fast as they
so just to
come.
be able to do that, like the fact that Canelo, yourself, people like Carl Froch. There hasn't been a boxing game, so there's been an entire generation where fighters started their professional career, won world titles, retired, and in that entire time never been in a game. And you have other sports where those athletes have been introduced to new fans every single year. So yeah, for us it was just about making sure that's something we can do.
Should have just been Canelo. He's fighting this weekend. He's super lifelike in the game. You can actually fight like Canelo would. But it's okay. We'll settle for Amir Khan or Sean.
Let me just quickly check something here.
Ash, have you had any fighters complaining about their rating or how they're boxing? Not being able to take a punch or anything like that?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like getting messages, hey, why is my power 77? It should be 103. So yeah, it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge.
You Shawn Porter. Or you Sean?
Swing and a miss with the hook.
Amir Khan. Amir Khan. Okay.
So
my
much
British
free
accent.
hype surrounding this
I like to
fight.
keep
The
it real,
fans
man.
are on the
Amir
edge
was
of their
he was
seats.
feared once
This
upon
is
a
not
time
just
in
hype.
America.
We are in
He would have been a tough fight. His styles make fights.
When he was 15, 16 years old, he came over here, man. and we hadn't seen anybody that was Middle Eastern. We didn't see we were just confused at how good he was. And obviously we know he went on to win silver at the Olympic Games,
At
right?
17.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, he had incredible speed, and that's something that we're trying to replicate in the game. Where
Well, you guys fixed that uppercut.
He did
body
the 04
span, I
games,
see.
right?
sorry.
He did the 04 games, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, he
I'm not
did the
sure.
whole 4 games.
Yeah,
It was 04.
Yep.
It was 04.
Won silver medal in the 04 Olympics. Yeah.
And they don't take damage.
This is what make outside fighters
So I'm not trying to exchange with Shawn Porter on the inside. I'm Kell Brook. I'm going to use my length and my speed,
You
my
guys have
feet a
commentary?
little bit.
Their intention
Yeah.
is to anger the opponent.
Yeah,
They
so
got Grisham.
Todd Grisham and Johnny Nelson
Okay.
are the commentators, and we have Jimmy Leonard Jr. as the,
I worked with Johnny
is the
before. He's
MC.
really good.
Yeah. Johnny's a good guy.
I don't think
Y'all
it's
are
going to
making
be a
this
boxing
boring.
match. This
I'm
is going
boxing.
to be a fight. You know the
We want me
scorecards are
to
gonna be
exchange with
all
you, Sean?
over the place in
It's
this
not like,
one.
New York Con.
Gotta
Throw a
stay
double
smart.
jab
You,
in the right
use your
hand.
speed, Sean. Stay smart on
It's
the
round
outside.
1. We got 12 rounds.
No, we don't. We
I
got
know.
5 minutes.
Talk about Khan in that last round.
You got another event to get to, right? What is that event that you have going on?
That's right. Yeah, we've got the Undisputed event just down the road actually, where we've got a few just fighters and journalists coming to the event. It's just a little celebration to all the people that have helped us with the video game.
For the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Body shot.
So yeah, in terms of like some of the key things for us in the game was just about the fighter's movement, where to move around, you've got to transfer weight in your legs. So you see how you're moving around here.
Yeah.
Like that's something for us that's always been missing from boxing games or even combat games in general, where it's always felt like the fighters just float across the floor. So here, as far as being a realistic boxing game goes, it's one of the things that we spend a lot of time doing.
Watching your every move, that every twitch.
In that angle. Trying to walk Sean into something.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be
Disrupting
careful,
his
though.
rhythm with the jab a
Missed
little
with that
bit.
hook.
Perfectly matched.
Trying to walk
Skill
Sean
for
into
skill.
a shot.
Tap
Who's your
for
favorite
tap.
fighter to play with in the game?
I'm just that notch above you, and so
Sorry?
I've got to
Who's your
respect
favorite fighter to play with in the game?
Ali.
Ali?
Yeah, just the swag that he's got, is yeah.
That hooked
I
up.
think for an Ali fan, it's something you can really appreciate. But yeah, some of the things that we've done in the game, like you can lure somebody into a corner and then check hook straight out. There's just the number of punches we've got as well. It's like almost triple to what boxing games usually have. It's the first boxing game that you can actually punch in 4 different directions.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just all about finding your angles and distance. Distance is one of the key
And you
things
got to
in the
manage
game.
your stamina in this game too. You can't just come out guns blazing because that'll cost you later in the fight, like in real life.
That's right. So stamina in the game impacts actually how you move as well.
That's what I'm doing right now. You see the stamina difference. Trying to let Ash waste some shots.
They ring the
Go,
bell,
go.
and here we go.
Oh, it is?
This last round.
All right. Let me give the people some action.
That was a tough last round.
Let my hands
now
go a
you've
little
got to
bit
make
more.
sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So
Okay,
tie
this
him
is
up.
going to turn into a bit of a slugfest then, I take it.
Don't get
Oh, there we go.
Is that Khan?
Watch out for that
Sorry,
chin.
man.
Yeah, how's the chin rating in this game for Khan?
No
Realistic.
Comment. No comment.
Oh,
See, Sean, I got a box, brother. I got to box you, man. All right, he's lost a little stamina, though. Bump. Let's run those.
Swinging
Oh,
this
you
with
didn't
that
give me that counter window? It's a little greedy. It's a little
Sean, how do you think a fight with you and Amir Khan would have played out?
I have no clue, to be honest with you.
How do you deal with that speed?
Amir
I
Khan.
like the
See a lull in the action. Here we
2018,
go
2019
again.
version of Shawn Porter fighting Amir more than
You don't see a lot of
2015,
welterweights that can bring you
2014.
one-punch KO power
I think
like these two can.
when I really matured as a fighter and started
That's what you've got to look at.
to use my brain.
And there you go. That's what.
I think I would have gave him some trouble
Yeah.
with the boxing and the pressure. Is that a taunt?
No, but the game's realistic.
A little taunt on the way down.
A little taunt on the way down.
You try to stand and trade with Amir Khan against Shawn Porter.
Not gonna work.
Yeah.
And then this right here, how did you guys come up with that as the method of having to get up on the?
So it is a little bit
It's a
difficult.
shitty ass method because
It's
I'm like,
It is difficult, but we wanted to make it difficult, right? Because if you're getting knocked down, it's not a place where you want to be. So it's a little bit disorientating, but that's how a fighter is on the floor. So yeah, that's kind of why we've made it that way.
Body uppercuts, you guys fixed the range on that big time.
Yeah, and that's what I mean about listening to the community, right? There's things we fixed, and that was one of them.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Ash, I want to thank you for your time coming up here, hanging out with us on the PorterWay Podcast. Beautiful game, man. Thank you for creating it. And thank you for the love that you've shown me, man. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
Honored
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah. We'll catch you on the next one, okay?
Yep.